This is Catherine with Less is Best, where having less and spending less helps us live our very best lives. And today we are in my elementary school classroom. I teach third grade, and today I'm going to show you how I organize my library, extra student supplies, and my teacher closet. Let's get started. At the beginning of the school year, when I was organizing my classroom, I took out all of my library books and I laid them on the floor. Then I started to group them into categories that made sense to me. Most of my picture books are in these bins. I put a yellow sticker on the spine to make it really obvious to the kiddos that these books are grouped together. When I was organizing my picture books, I realized that I had a lot of Pete the Cat and a lot of Elephant and Piggy, so I actually gave them their own bin. You can tell the kiddos love Elephant and Piggy because there's only 3 books left after we book shopped. I did the same thing with the chapter books. Any chapter books that I had a lot of, I gave them their own bin, and any extras or any standalone chapter books, I just put in a fiction chapter book bin. My third graders love these labels just as much as me. We book shop every Monday and we come to our library and we fill our book boxes with books that we love and books that we want to read. And let me tell you, with this organization, kiddos are able to find the book they're looking for, put it in their book box, and get started reading. So we all just love it. All of my categories will be listed below in the description box if you are interested. This is my 9th year of teaching. Wait, 9th year, hang on, doing the math. My 9th year of teaching? Okay, just a small panic realization. We're fine. Anyways, this is my 9th year of teaching, and I have not set up my library the same twice. I switch it up a little bit every year. Just depends on the books that I get and the categories that I'm making. Like this Star Wars bin I have never had before, but a kiddo just came in and gave me an entire tote bag of Star Wars books, and I was like, I gotta make this a bin. So don't be afraid to switch it up a little bit every year, but I've got to say, this is definitely my favorite so far. I recently added these bookmarks to our library because I was handing out so many Post-it notes as like temporary bookmarks, and I was like, you know what, let's just use real life bookmarks. So I love having those, and so did the students. I also have this book display where I put any books that we read together as a class. Here is one last look at my library. Like I said before, I am obsessed. Let's talk about extra student supplies. So as we all know, when we put highlighters or glue sticks on the supply list, they usually come in a pack of 2 or a pack of 4. And what do we do with all of the extra student supplies? Because we're not about to have students with 4 glue sticks in their pencil boxes. I got these bins from Dollar Tree a few years ago, and I find it really helpful at the beginning of the year during supply drop-off to remove the packaging of the expo markers, of the glue sticks, and just put them in your correct bin. I mean, I literally even remove the package of the markers. Just remove it all because it is just an extra step that you have to deal with later. All of these bins are from Dollar Tree, meaning they are $1. Anything I haven't gotten a bin for yet, I just use Ziploc bags. Literally, nothing fancy. No matter what you use, bins from Dollar Tree, bins from the Container Store, or Ziploc bags, just make sure that like items are grouped together and you remove the packaging. Seriously, I can't tell you how many times I have been in a situation where a student's like, oh, can I have an extra expo marker? And then I have to take the time to remove the packaging. I break a nail. It's a disaster. So just do it ahead of time. Let's talk about extra teacher supplies. So these are the things that I need, but the students don't use. I have like items grouped together just in Ziploc bags. And whenever I need anything, I can easily find it in this bin. Highly recommend a separate space for your teacher supplies. Here is my teacher closet. I have this I think it's like a shoe organizer on the front of the teacher closet. I used to use it to store their recorders, but this year I use it to store their headphones. And one of my coworkers gave me this brilliant idea. Instead of putting their names on each of the pockets, just put their number so you don't have to peel off their name at the end of every year. You can just reuse it. So great. Here is the inside of my teacher closet. This is where I keep my backpack throughout the day. On the top shelf, I have extra paper plates and paper napkins. These are just leftover from class parties, but you'd be surprised how often we use these in here. I also have this little drawer from Dollar Tree. I keep Band-Aids in here. Looks like I'm running a little low. Gotta get some more Band-Aids. Then I have a zip-up jacket that I keep in here at all times, just in case my classroom gets a little chilly. It is really nice to just know that this is in here for me when I need it. On the top shelf on the right side of the closet, I keep all of my Ziploc bags. I have extra masks and feminine supplies. And I have a bin for all of my tape. And then our wonderful clinic staff puts together these bags for us at the beginning of the year with like gauze and medical gloves and like little tooth holder things, like if kids lose their tooth. So I love having all of that here ready to go. This shelf is definitely my go-to shelf. It is right at eye level. It has the supplies that I use the most. Extra sticky clips, extra staples, extra chalk. I also keep my thank you cards in here. I get my thank you cards from Dollar Tree. Like there is no other place to get thank you cards in my opinion. 8 thank you cards for $1. 8 for $1. Amazing. Anytime a family gets me something for the class off of my Amazon wish list, I go into my closet, I grab a thank you card, I write the thank you card, and then I give the student the thank you card that exact same day, mainly so I don't forget to do it later. Also in this bin, I have this wonderful stamp. It just says, "This book belongs to Mrs. Morse's library." I will try and find the link to this and link it in the description box below because I am absolutely obsessed with this. I like to put my name on the inside cover of all of my personal library books, but my hand literally gets so sore writing my last name over and over again. I mean, you all saw how many books are in our library. So instead, I just do this very relaxing task of opening the book, putting the stamp, closing it, and look at how perfect it is. So I highly recommend getting a name stamp. To the right of that bin, I have some personal items, so just some lotion, nail file, Dawn dish soap, an emergency Chewy bar just in case. Behind that, I have these awesome cups. I got them from Dollar Tree a few years ago. I used to use them a lot when we had communal supplies, but it's a little bit different now with COVID, so I'm just hanging on to these. I definitely don't want to get rid of them. Next, I have some rubber bands in the red bin on the left, and then I have a compliment jar on the right. I use this sometimes to have the kids write nice notes to each other. I haven't started it yet this year. I don't know if I will yet, we'll see. Then I have the stickers that I use in my class library, page protectors, and tracing paper. Right in the front, I have a bin of the teacher supplies that I use the most, but it's kind of like just a backstock bin because the teacher supplies that I use every day are right here on my desk, but anytime I run out, I can just run over to my teacher closet. Let's talk about maybe my favorite thing in this teacher closet, Goof Off. This magical spray gets rid of things written in permanent marker. It also gets rid of those questionable sticky substances on student desks. Literally anything and everything. Obsessed with Goof Off. On the shelf below that, I have some emergency tea just in case. I also have a lot of extra pocket charts. I used to teach first grade, so I used to use pocket charts all the time. I don't use them as much in third grade, but I just don't want to get rid of them, so I'm keeping them for now. I also am obsessed with turtles, so I have a huge turtle collection. I haven't put it out this year yet, but it is there for safekeeping. Also, Our water fountains are closed due to COVID, so I keep cups in here just in case kids forget their water bottle and they need to fill up their cup at the sink. They can just come in here and grab a cup. Below that is where I keep my bulletin board borders. This, by far, is my favorite way to store borders. I used to keep my bulletin board borders in this really long, awkward rectangle box. I think I was worried about folding them or creasing them or something, but that box just took up so much space. This way of storing the borders is so much better. It takes up so much less space and it doesn't crease the borders at all. With the borders, I keep these extra Ziploc bags. These bags, I have used them before, so they are used, but I do not throw them away. You all saw how often I use Ziploc bags in my classroom, so I definitely wanted to keep them, but keep them separate from like the clean and new Ziploc bags. I also have a laminator, and I say that with a sad face because I was so excited to get this laminator and I have never, ever, ever used it once. And I got it like 3 years ago. So sad. Our school has our own laminator, so I'm not exactly sure what my thought process was for wanting my own laminator, but I never use it. So I keep it just because I feel guilty because it was a gift from a family, and I'm just like, oh. Right behind the sad laminator, I keep some extra flower vases because students bring you flowers and it's the sweetest thing ever. And instead of putting them in a red Solo cup, I put them in a vase. I just get these from Dollar Tree. Would definitely recommend keeping some extra flower vases in your teacher closet. On this shelf, I keep my stickers and some other extra cutouts. Right below that, I have an entire drawer dedicated to old cards that students made me, and I also keep old class pictures in there. Absolutely love those memories. Below that, I have my teacher books and extra book pockets. This green thing is a book pocket, and there is my entire teacher closet. If this video gave you any ideas on how to organize your classroom, please give the video a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments what you liked best, and I will see you next Sunday. Bye!